The biggest thing about picking investments for our age is your time horizon. And really for anyone, it's your time horizon. It's my first retirement account at my job. Retirement accounts have an age restriction of 59 and a half. I'm 24. I'm a long way from 59 and a half. What kind of time horizon are we looking at? Really long, 35 years. So with a 35-year time horizon, market goes up, market goes down on a daily basis. If it's going to make you sick to your stomach every single night that the market opened or the market closed at a certain point, then you need to limit what I'm about to say. If it's something that doesn't make you sick to your stomach every single day, 35-year time horizon, the law of large numbers, averages, those things tend to play out. I'm not saying that you should just set it and forget it. There are ways to be opportunistic with the market, but on the whole, a 35-year time horizon, a money market account that earns 1.5% is probably not the best thing to have over a 35-year period. But again, if it's going to make you sick to your stomach, it might not be something that you want to do. So I tend to lean more towards longer term, more aggressive investments in retirement accounts for people that are a long way from retirement. Because we have plenty of time to watch them go up and down and create a good average return over a longer period. Those things are going to tend to be your international investments, your small and medium-sized company investments, small cap and mid cap type things, and then even large company stock investments. It's going to have a lot fewer bonds in it, which tend to be more conservative and income oriented than your equity investments. So long-term stuff, more aggressive. On the flip side, thinking about a non-retirement account where you're putting savings, knowing that your life is going to change dramatically in the next 5 and even into 10 years. You're probably going to eventually change jobs, get a job, buy a house, move, get married, have children, buy a car, get a second car. All of those life-changing events that happen along the way, those are the kind of things that dictate, well, if I use a really aggressive investment because I know I want to get a car in 18 months, and I'm just going to really put money in there and we're going to watch it go up and down and up and down. What happens 18 months later when the day you're ready to write the check for the car happens to be a bad day in the market? Then you wish that you didn't do that. Well, it's like, well, I had $5,000, but now it's worth $4,200. What happened? Well, if you've got another 34 years to wait, it's not that big a deal. But if you're ready to write the check now for a car, you're not going to feel so good about it. So the time horizon plays a really important fact into which type of investments that we're going to use. So shorter term stuff tend to lean towards more conservative, income-oriented type investments, or even just basic savings account, somewhere not an extension of your checking. Retirement plans that you can't touch for 35 years anyway, those are the things that we tend to jump off and try to let them really cook, because we know we've got a 35-year time horizon before it's time to mess with them. Well, job offers like a 401k retirement plan, which again is pre-tax, tax deduction for putting the money in, 59.5 for withdrawing. Or do we do a Roth IRA where we put in after-tax dollars, so we don't get a tax deduction now, but 59.5 and I get the money back, it'll be completely tax-free, which means you're paying taxes on the smaller amount, it grows over your lifetime, and the larger amount comes back tax-free. From a taxable standpoint, the Roth IRA with a 35-year time horizon tends to make a lot of sense. But what you have to begin to do is examine the retirement plan that they offer. So let's say they have a matching program. You put in 4%, they match it 4%. So let me get this straight. If I save 4% of my money, you're going to give me 8%? That's a 100% rate of return on your investment right away. You're never going to get that, never going to get that from an investment advisor or a stockbroker or whatever. If they're offering, you put in 4, we'll put in 4. That is part of your compensation package. If you do not do it, they are saving 4% of your salary. So, to answer your question, if they have a 401k and they offer no type of benefit, you're allowed to put money in if you want. We're not going to contribute anything to it. Now you have a legitimate question where it's like, okay, I was planning on saving $4,000 this year into retirement. Would I rather have a $4,000 tax deduction now, or would I rather put it someplace that $4,000 will become tax-free later? That is a real question. If you're going to save $4,000 and they're going to give you $4,000 for putting it over here, to me that becomes a no-brainer. If you can save $4 and get $8, that's a lot better than saving $4 and getting $4. The taxable versus non-taxable portion is secondary at that point. So examining the retirement plan that they offer becomes really important. If you're going to be a nurse or a teacher, this next sentence will be really important and will apply to you. If you have an automatic, like a TRS, something that is automatic that comes out of your paycheck, and then someone offers for you to do a supplemental retirement plan where you just put money into it directly. For teachers, it tends to be a 403B, and it's like, we'll just make this an automatic draft out of your paycheck. It's an additional tax deduction. Those are the kind of things that you need to weigh the pros and cons of. Should I do a Roth IRA instead? Because I already have my TRS, which gives me a tax deduction. I have so many teachers that are clients that come to me, and their entire retirement is loaded up with investments that one day they're going to have to pay taxes on. Because the biggest eye-opening revelation for retiring clients is everybody assumes when you retire, you'll need less money. Therefore, you'll pay less in taxes. It's not true. What makes you think that the $90,000 you live on now needs to be any less when you retire? You're still going to want to do the same things. You still have to eat. Now, for some people, it's like, well, my house is paid for, so that goes away. Well, you tend to make that up in vacations and trips pretty easily if you've done things right. So the biggest shock is that tax bill. So back to your question about the Roth IRA, there's some tax-free money that's available later. The other thing that I will tell you about a Roth IRA is it may not be too far in the future that those are not even an account you're eligible to contribute to anymore. It's one of those, Congress is looking for a way to raise taxes without raising taxes. Without having to stand on TV and say, well, we raised income taxes 8% this year. What they'll do instead is they'll take that Roth IRA that used to be a tax-free investment vehicle. They just won't let you contribute to it anymore, so that you're forced to pay taxes on the money. And so it's a way to raise taxes without getting on TV and saying, we're raising your taxes, because no one gets elected by saying that. So Roth IRAs at a young age becomes a really good thing because there's a chance 4 or 5 years down the road, it won't even be an account you're eligible to use. So you at least got some in there before it was closed out. So, international investments, you just have to think about what's going on internationally. With the Greece debt crisis and France and Germany fighting about what comes in and out, and the international investments right now, they're just having a hard time. Now in a retirement account like that, again, 35-year time horizon before you can withdraw, I mean, maybe the best thing that we can do is add more money to that same investment. Because it's like, and so some people get real discouraged, like, well, I put in $1,000, it's worth $500, that's crappy. It's like, okay, what if you were going to buy a $1,000 suit at Nordstrom's and went on sale for $500? Would you buy it? Well, if you were planning on spending $1,000 and now it's only $500, that seems obvious that you would buy it. The investment works the same way. If it's not money that you need right now, and you know you got a 35-year time horizon before you're going to ask for it back, it's a 50% off sale. You were okay with buying it at regular price. Are you not now okay at buying it 50% off?